When you think about elite military units, it's often their nicknames that really stick with you, right? Well, today we're diving into a key infantry unit from the Bangladesh Army, known not just by their number, but by a name that tells you everything you need to know. The Roaring 19.
Every elite unit has a motto, a few words that just cut straight to the core of who they are. And for the 19th Battalion, it's this simple, powerful phrase in Bengali. It defines their entire reason for being.
So what does it mean? It translates to, in front of the enemy. So simple, so direct, and just incredibly powerful. This isn't just some catchy slogan they put on a banner, it's their mission statement. It tells you exactly where they belong, right on the front line, always the first to meet any threat. All right, so what's really behind that fierce name? Let's get into the identity of the Roaring 19 and see what really makes them tick.
Okay, so on paper, their official name is the 19th Battalion, the East Bengal Regiment. A pretty standard military title. But let's be real, nobody calls them that. They are the Roaring 19. And that nickname, it isn't just for show. It hints at an aggressive spirit and a unique kind of firepower that really sets them apart.
And their insignia? Oh, it gets right to the heart of their identity. As part of the East Bengal Regiment, their symbol is the Royal Bengal Tiger. And this is way more than just a cool logo. It's the national symbol for Bangladesh, representing the exact ferocity, pride, and even the speed and grace they strive for on the battlefield.
But to really understand this unit, you have to go back to its origins. And for the Roaring 19s, their story is deeply, deeply intertwined with the very birth of their nation, Bangladesh.
Think about it. They were literally forged in the fire of a new nation. Raised in the early 70s to defend a newly independent Bangladesh, their very first leaders were celebrated heroes of the 1971 Liberation War. So that DNA of courage, it was baked in from day one. They spent years honing their skills in some really tough counterinsurgency operations at home, which prepared them to evolve into the highly respected, mobile force they are today. A real cornerstone of UN peacekeeping missions around the globe.
And this evolution led them to a fascinating dual identity. The Roaring 19s has to be masters of two completely different worlds, fighting on two very different fronts.
So at home, they've operated in the dense, difficult jungles of the Chittagong Hill Tracts, tangled up in complex counterinsurgency. But then, on the world stage, they trade their national uniform for the UN's blue helmet, bringing stability to some of the most volatile places on Earth. It's just an incredible testament to their versatility.
And just look at this global footprint. We're not talking about quiet observation posts here. No way. These are some of the most complex and demanding UN missions in recent history. From the brutal conflicts in the DR Congo and the Central African Republic to the fragile peacebuilding efforts in South Sudan and the Ivory Coast. So what's the anatomy of a unit like this? Let's go inside the battalion. Let's get under the hood and see how it's built and what gives it its unique power. In terms of size, you're looking at a force of roughly 800 personnel. This covers everyone from the commanding officer right down to the newest enlisted soldier, or sepoy as they're known. It's really that sweet spot, right? Large enough to be a powerhouse, but small enough to be a tightly knit, cohesive force. And this is where we get to the heart of their nickname. The roar in Roaring 19 isn't just a metaphor. It comes from their unique designation as a support battalion. See, this means that unlike a standard infantry unit, they pack a much bigger punch. They carry heavier weapons like mortars and anti-tank systems organically. Their job isn't just to take ground, but to unleash overwhelming fire support for an entire brigade. That is the roar. All of that firepower is managed by a classic disciplined hierarchy. You've got the commissioned officers for strategy and command. Then you have the junior commissioned and non-commissioned officers, and let me tell you, these are the experienced veterans who form the absolute backbone of the unit, connecting the officers to the troops. And finally, you have the dedicated enlisted soldiers who execute the mission. It's a proven structure that guarantees discipline and effectiveness. So, when you put all these pieces together, the history, the dual mission, that unique structure, what you get is a legacy that truly roars, a legacy of both national pride and incredible global impact. So what's the lasting impact here? Well, it's huge. Domestically, they're a benchmark for professionalism, and they've been instrumental in things like disaster relief. But globally, they are a key reason Bangladesh is one of the world's most respected peacekeeping nations. And their service isn't just respected, it's decorated, with numerous awards like the Bashish Sheva Medal at home and countless UN medals from their missions abroad.
So, from defending a new country to keeping peace across the world, the story of the Roaring 19 is really about more than just a single unit. It's a powerful example of how the discipline and the roar of just one battalion can echo from the jungles of Bangladesh all the way to the world stage.